Recording, yep. I'm recording now and I'll mute myself. Jemimah, over to you, please.
All right. Well, thank you, Wilma. And hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Okay, so this is the first time that I usually do a one-on-one session based on those who are interested to apply. This is the first time that I've actually tried to join in when, upon requests, and it's happy to see that there's a lot of interest all around the country, and I'm really looking forward to seeing a lot more Papua New Guineans getting that opportunity to also explore and to be exposed to other education systems outside of PNG. We have so many international scholarship programs all around the world. As you know, there are so many that they offer really good packages, awards, and Chevening is one of them. There is, and for if those of you who are thinking that only, you limit yourself to just completing up to year 12 here in PNG, and then you just go on to do vocational or upgrading in forward. There's opportunities outside there, and it's opportunities like these spaces where we are able to, those of us who have access to and who have the information, we try to, as much as possible, to also allow others to also grab hold of those opportunities. So thank you again to Wilma and to the rest of the other alumni from Chevening. Yes, I was with the British High Com from 2020 to 2024. I left last year in October after the last cohort took off. That's the 3 ladies that are taking STEM courses. So that was the last cohort that I saw that through the Chevening process, right up to interviewing and sorting them out and sending them off to UK. This batch, this year's batch, I'm kept in the loop, but it's sad that, I'm still trying to I'm to terms that because I've been doing it for the last 4 years, so it's always, I'm still getting used to it. Not being able to sit on the panel and not being able to sift through it into applications. Now, let me just give you an overview. We don't have, I'm just given this 1 hour, but I don't want to bore you much because I know so many of you have questions, and this is a good time probably to answer your questions, but I'll just give you an overview of the program, the scholarship program, what it offers, and the expectations of Chevening scholarship program itself, the secretariat, what they expect from applicants, how you should apply, what you should, the key details, the key information. This is what I'll try to cover within this session. So Chevening, the Chevening Scholarship Program, it's the flagship for UK government. They have 2 main ones. That is Chevening itself. They have the master's program, and they also have the fellowship. So this is for those who completed their degrees and you're looking to do a master's. So Chevening covers that. And there is the other component of Chevening, which is the fellowship. So those are those who want to do research, those with doctorates, and there's 2 parts, components to the Chevening. Now, Chevening is a fully funded scholarship. So it covers your the awardee's tuition fee for the course that you are going to study. It covers your travel to and from your home country to the UK and back again. You also have a monthly stipend and your homeward departure allowance when you're coming back. Also your arrival allowance, sorry. When you arrive in London, you also have an arrival allowance, especially like when you need to buy your clothing, warm clothes and all this. Under the Chevening Scholarship, the award, you also are covered your visa application, and the travel grant. You are given an amount, a grant to use when you are trying to attend Chevening events, or what the Secretariat, host. I mean, they schedule events for you to attend for Chevening scholars. You have that grant available. So that is what the scholarship award it includes. It is fully funded. There is no age limit for Chevening. You can, even if you're past your 40s, you want to go and do your master's, you are allowed to, you are eligible. Even those who, and another good thing is the course you want to study. You can take an engineering course, and you also, if you want to study like climate change, or you want to take up law, further your studies in law, you can do that. So it's a wide range of courses. It's not limited, unlike some other international scholarship programs. They limit the focus study areas. So I hope that's clear. So if you want to further your studies, if there is no you were not progressing here, like in the career path that you want to take, and you decided to take up something totally different, I mean, that's not been achieved, well, no one is stopping you. You can apply. Okay, so that's on what courses you can take and the eligibility. I already covered part of the eligibility, and that is like, you must have completed your undergraduate degree course. You will find in the Chevening website, there is on the website, the eligibility criteria of what the requirements that you need to check. There is also a quiz test there that you can test yourself, just to quickly go through that quiz to see if you're eligible. So I mean, basically, if you're an undergraduate, you've got an undergraduate certificate, you've worked for at least 2 years, and you are like, you feel there is a potential of you aspire to be somebody, a leader in your space, your domain. This is the scholarship program you should apply for, because UK, the Chevening Scholarship Program is all about building future leaders. So, I mean, it doesn't matter what focus study area you want. It's not restricted to your study area, but the key point that for the flagship for Chevening is that it is trying to raise future leaders of for countries. So if this is you feel that you want to rise up to a challenge to come back and to give back to your country and to take take up that space in your professional career paths, rising up in that domain, then please go ahead and apply for this scholarship because that's for you. So that's on the eligibility and your courses, what type of courses you can take. Now, in how to apply, it's if you skim through the website, you'll see that it says that you have to apply online via the online application system. Now that is straightforward. You will have to complete that online application, the step-by-step. There is a guide. There is a guide there that helps you. So if the drop down in the site, it shows you how to complete the application form. So that is that's straightforward, which you can complete. Now, so I will go straight into the main part of the application, and which is in response to the questions that they've asked you. You will have to write at least a compelling response or a personal statement to each of the questions. Now, I note that there is slight changes to the question. This is not surprising, as they try to maintain the standard of the Chevening program by making it competitive and fairness and the transparency, and there is there's no bias when they are doing decisions. So most of the questions will be centered around leadership, how your roles. Sorry, can you see? Are you able to see? Sorry.
Are you trying to screen share?
No. I'm having difficulty with connection, so.
No, I can see and hear you quite well.
All right. Okay. So there are different questions. I'm not sure if there's anyone here that has already started your application online. If there's anybody that has started their applications online, you could give me an indication, like a hands up, or at least so I could, if there is anyone else, yeah. So somebody has put their hands up. Is that right? Have you started your application?
Hi, Jemimah. Can you hear me well? Hello,
Have you started your online application?
Yes, sorry, I'm Ermas. I think I was interviewed by you back in the last cohort. I mean, in 2023. But
Okay.
yeah. So I think I realized there's some slight changes with the application. I think previously it's 500 words in length, but I think now they have compressed it into 300 words per question. But they kept the original four questions, but quite thick. They listed some pointers in which you can just answer the questions accordingly, just to guide you. Yeah, and that's the difference I've seen so far.
In they've reduced the number of words.
Yeah, the length.
That's the difference.
500 words.
Yeah.
300.
But the questions are the same?
Yes. Leadership, networking, your preferred choice of study, and also what will you bring after the study. It's been, I think, it's the 4 main ones.
Okay. So that's great. So yes, there is, I mean, the they have changed it a bit. They have changed it a bit just to, as I mentioned, so there is fairness across, and they maintain this the competitive, because a lot of each year there's like an increase in stats of number of applicants. So before I left the last that was like over 900 applications from PNG alone applied for the Chevening, and that was just that was the beginning before the long listing. So you can imagine like the increase each year. It was increasing as people got to as alumni were coming back and assisting and supporting these the aspiring applicants. They were coaching them, so there was a lot of good applications that were coming in. However, the space in the Pacific pool usually, like, because it's worldwide, globally, every country like they send in like, you know, their top best applicants, candidates. So out from that 900, we have to, you know, reduce the size and, you know, shortlist, the High Com had to shortlist, and then they had to go through interviews. So the process was very like, you know, competitive, and, you know, trying to pick the best out of the best. So every, like, you know, it's not surprising that they've changed it a bit, reducing from 500 words to 300, but at least they're still maintaining the key questions, and that is asking you about for you to demonstrate your leadership skills. So like Ermas has said, it talks about, the first question is about leadership skills, how you demonstrate your leadership, who do you see in your community or in your workplace that you have that you look up to, that has inspired you and mentored you into, like, you know, or you see has good leadership qualities. This is where you pitch, and you tell us, like, you know, you tell the panel what kind of leader do you what makes a good leader what's your definition of a good leader, and how do you see, what type of qualities do you want to possess, or you have, that you think is a value and asset to the development, like when you're coming back into, like, you know, you want to come back and give back to your country, what are the type of leadership skills that you want to demonstrate here? So the first one is about leadership, and then we have the second one is around networking, where you have to demonstrate how do you network. You have to give all forms of like networking, even like, you know, saying that, like, examples that, okay, this is how I intend when I go to the UK. I will try to, you know, go around to introduce myself to other Chevening scholars, and then I'll try to get their contacts and create a WhatsApp group where I'll start, like, you know, developing a connection, like, you know, and at least catch up with them from time to time. So it's all about network building. How do you maintain that? How will you also at that international platform in that arena, how are you going to connect with other Chevening scholars from around the world, not only for your Pacific Islanders, like, or only like, your one talks here. Those of you that if you are successful and you go across, you will only stick to your cohort. The panel would want to see how are you open? Are you open to socializing, to mingling, mixing with other professionals and scholars from other universities? Or so they just want to see how you're going to demonstrate your networking skills. Now, the third one is the course. Your course, how the course that you have picked and the university, if I'm correct. Wilma, am I correct? The third one is on the course of study. And that is around, thanks, Erimas. So that is around, they want to know how much research have you done on that course of study. Like sometimes people, when applicants, they apply, they just apply for the sake of applying. And the UK government, when they created this scholarship program, they wanted to get, they designed it in a way that, genuine people who actually really wanted to take up that course or study, it is not available in their home country, and they have no access, other access, and they're using this opportunity, this scholarship as a means of achieving that, to take up that study. So this is where the panel and the Achieving Secretary, they want to see how genuine, are the applicants and the candidates. Some are just applying for the sake of going to see another country. And, they won't take, they might not take their course seriously. So in this part, where the third part, the course you're going to take, and the university you're going to study at, this is where you're going to tell the panel, okay, you've done your research, this is what you want to study. Okay, you have to justify, or at least give us very strong statement why you chose that course of study. So some have said that because it is not offered here at our PNG, universities. Some of this, this course that is not offered here, and therefore you are applying to further your studies in the UK because it is offered there, and it is also you are going to receive an international qualification. So that is it enhances your degree, what you already have here, your degree qualification. This is a step up. The masters will give you another step up. So in the third question, on the course of study, the university, you have to show and elaborate why you chose that course, why that particular university you've chosen. Is there and because it is a UK funded scholarship, the UK government will also want to see what also, do you acknowledge, what do you want to, so apart from you saying that this course is not offered here in PNG, and I want to take it there in UK because it's offered there, but you also talk about the environment, the university, the significance, why you've chosen that that university? Why, what stood out apart from all the other universities? Why did you pick that one?
Sorry, Jemimah, I'm just budging in. Because we are using the free Zoom account, we have like 6 minutes, 7 minutes remaining. So I'm just
Okay,
letting
okay.
you know. Yes, sorry.
Thank you. All right. So yes, so that is what you, I mean, you have to pitch that. So that in the course of study. The last one is about your long-term, your short-term and your long-term goals after, like, you know, what you want to do after, like, in the hopes that you are going to take that course and you're going to study. What is your short-term goal when you get that, after you graduate with that master's? How your short-term goal, what do you have to give a timeline, or not timeline, but at least a clear picture of, you have to take the panels through, like, where you see yourself in probably the next 5 years. So like, oh, I plan to come back after I get my master's in the next 5 years. When I come back from the UK, this and this is what I'm going to do. These are the changes I want to make within my department. And then I see myself as, I'm going to be moving out from this position. I'm going to move to a more senior role or an advisory role. And then after that short-term goal, you also have to give your long-term goal. Where do you see yourself in the next, like, 10 years, like 10 to 15 years? Do you see yourself like that, how that value, that master's that you got, how is it going to add value to your career plans? And also what contribution you're going to give back to the PNG, like, you know, the development of our country. How are you going to contribute with your masters? So this is what you have to capture within your essay questions. You at least elaborate, give also examples of the work you're doing, or, like, you know, at least for the panel to see the, like, you know, at least a glimpse of where you want to go. So I think that's covering what you need to complete. The most important part is your how to complete your Chevening application, especially the essay part. That is where a lot of people have struggled and have fallen, like, you know, especially when it comes to interviews. This is where a lot of people have dropped, like, you know, in the delivery of what they like pitching their personal statements. So I thought that it would be best to talk about that, especially the questions, how to structure your responses. Otherwise, the rest of the application is straightforward. It's just following the instructions on the online application system and filling out. Is there any questions?
I also asked them to post questions in the group chat or on the chat here.
Have you seen any questions?
So far, no questions as yet, but I'll try to summarize what Jemimah has said from my experience. Now you have like 500 words is restricted to 300 words. Be clear when you are defining leadership. I advise the applicants to use it in the essay, in the support statement, in the introduction part. You have to really capture the attention of these reader selectors that are reading your essay. So using other people's words It's okay, but it's not really demonstrating you as a leader. So 300 words, you got to be succinct and have a clear flow of point A to B, all leading together. Introduce yourself, maybe in your workspace, and how you as a leader are. And then in the next paragraph, try to be specific with the examples of what you did that's lacking in the country and how you achieve it. Your role as a leader you played, not the group, but you. I did this. You have to put yourself out there, market yourself. In terms of networking, again, as Jemimah has said, just to add emphasis, how you doing your networking here and the situation and what it leads to, what did you achieve out of it? You have to put it in there so it demonstrates that you are capable of going there and, do the networking and coming back on a global scale, network with others and achieve some of the goals that you have. Again, on the third one is the university. Do your research well. Know the university that you want to go, the lecturers that you want to, study, work with. You have to know what lecturer it is that, like for myself, I've known these scientists that I want to work with. So I briefly wrote about them. I want to network. I want to connect with them. I want to get the skills that these people have. And then the last one was about the, career plans. Why did I come back? So I have to highlight it. Doing this, like getting the word out, being part of the, alumni is one of the things that I'm doing, like my essay. So, these are the realistic things that you can do when you come back. So short term and long term. We have like 1 minute left. I see a lot of questions here. Jemimah, you want to go for the ones that's easy to answer?
So no, the first one, I think the Salathi has asked about do we have to apply to universities? You don't have to apply to the universities as yet. For now, because you only have 2 months, you have till October the 7th to submit your application. Focus on your application first. As long as you use the course finder is on the